Back, Georgia Power's plant here in Monroe County has been there nearly 40 years. So why did the utility company go on a property buying binge recently around the coal-fired power plant?
13 investigates why the electric company is spreading out into Juliet neighborhoods. Here's Inslee Nichols.
Driving down roads surrounding Plant Scherer and Juliet, you'll see signs like these posted everywhere. Gail Cochran and her husband used to live on Luther Smith Road by the plant before Georgia Power came knocking on her door.
They wanted to expand Georgia Power, and that our property was one that they needed.
Cochran says they didn't want to sell it first. She told Georgia Power at her age, packing up and moving wouldn't be easy. So the utility giant offered to help them relocate.
Moved us, packed us up, and moved us and unpacked us.
Georgia Power also gave Cochran a pretty penny for her home on Luther Smith Road. The home was valued at $61,300, according to tax records. Georgia Power paid them nearly double that amount.
We really settled was that when we knew that we were going to do better than what we thought.
Cochran's property was one of 40 properties purchased by Georgia Power since 2016. Many selling for double or even as much as 5 times the market value listed on the tax records. And you can see here all these properties border Plant Scherer. The most recent acquisitions bring the total to nearly 1,400 acres. The question is, why did they buy all of this land now? Georgia Power's manager for environmental affairs, Aaron Mitchell, says it's all about the ash pond. He says they need a buffer zone for future construction to close the plant's ash pond.
Because it will take a number of years and to create some additional access for the construction activities to aid in both increasing the buffer so that we limit the disturbance to the neighbors closest to us during the construction process, and to allow for additional access for the construction activities to actually take place.
In recent years, environmental groups have raised concerns about ponds like the 553-acre ash pond at Plant Scherer. The Federal Environmental Protection Agency reports ash can contain dangerous chemicals like mercury, cadmium, arsenic, and boron. The State Environmental Protection Division routinely monitors them to make sure no toxins seep into groundwater. A few years ago, the EPA tightened regulations on ash ponds, and the state of Georgia adopted an additional rule for them. Mitchell says all of that prompted the utility to change from the current ash ponds to dry ash handling. We asked if the buffer zone has anything to do with water contamination.
No, absolutely not.
Cochran says her drinking water on Luther Smith Road was toxin-free.
We had it tested, but ours was okay at that time. I mean, I wonder what, really is going to happen or what they're going to do. It's just a door that's been shut.
Along with the vacant lots around the plant that now stand empty. For 13 Investigates, I'm Inslee Nichols.
Georgia Power says it routinely buys properties around their power plants.
They also said it's a possibility they'll continue to buy more property around Plant Scherer in the future.